You know, it's funny. People spend millions of dollars on strange things. Like a video game or something. But it's not like, you know, if people were not able to have fun in the Middle Ages, you know, because back then there was no like Super Nintendo or whatever. It's like it's like if the more people have, the more they get dependent on things, you know? And, you know, it's funny. If you train your mind, you can spend hours and hours at a time staring at little things like this little white thingy here. You know, that's kind of like a rock in the middle of this thingy there, and there's little cracks there. And like, this is kind of like another world, you know, and it's like really small thingies there. And they're like walking around there, and then there's this thing like really far away. But we're kind of stuck, you know. And it's like if, you know, it's another reality. You know, when I go to public bathrooms, I always notice these little things. Like on the wall, you can see like their tiles, and there's little rocks, you know, and kind of like a separation between things. And it's like, this thing is so small. If you go to see a little piece of ceramic tile just a mile away, and comparing sizes, it's like if you're in another planet. It's like the people here, the little insects or whatever, little biological animals, have never heard about the little thingies that are at that little spot in that public toilet a mile away from here. And it's just the real thing as normal reality, because, you know, we kind of live outside of it. Reality is sort of there next to us, but at the same time, it's kind of like we only see what we can rebuild from the little information we get. You know, we can only see and hear, smell and touch, and the little information that we get is, you know, reinterpreted, and we kind of artificially create an image to guess what reality is like. But, you know, we don't really see beyond what we do see. It's all like far away or something. Kind of green stuff on the camera. Well, look in person, it's gray, not green. I don't know why this stuff over there looks green. This looks like, you know, some kind of a botanical garden in a building after it was hit by missiles, you know. You can kind of imagine like these little ruins of things that used to be there. You know, that little yellow thing far in the distance could be a teddy bear that fell off a little girl's room or something after the bomb fell. Reality's a funny thing. You see all these little things, and inside each of these little dots there could be something so small, like you can't even see it, and no tools can detect it, but it's as complex as a star system with all the little thingies that goes on, and elections and organized crime and volcanoes and whatever. It's like they're layers of existence, you know? We only see one layer, and we give meaning to things that are simple manifestations of the laws of physics. Because we reconstruct everything we see. We make this like, wait. Smells good. Rubbing alcohol. You know, computers have shown us something funny. When you have a computer simulation, say you have a video game in your computer and it's a 3D, environment, you can make your character run away and travel in a distance forever, and he'll cross tremendous distances, but he will never get out of that simulation because he is part of it. He exists in the same way that the simulation does. He is just binary numbers in your computer, just the same as the world he lives in. That's why this guy is stuck in that simulation. And the only way he can exist outside of it is if a copy of himself is created. But it'll never be him. You'll never see him pop out of your computer screen and appear in your bedroom. And that's the same for us. In a way, don't you think? We're made of the same thing that the world we live in is made of. And that's why we can only exist in it. But it doesn't have to be so far away. Things that are hidden from us could simply be too small or too big. It's funny how an atom works in much the same way as a solar system. Maybe that's the point. It's a different layer. On one layer you see a guy smiling at you, and you interpret it for what it is supposed to mean based on the information that you have, based on your own experience, based on what you think you're seeing. That's one layer. It's our layer, the human layer. But there are others. In another layer, there's a thing so complex going on that you could fill the entire Encyclopedia Dramatica with it. All the little wave patterns building up in his brain, leading to his mouth muscles moving and forming a smile. Such a complex thing. But that's not our layer. That's not the world we live in. The world we live in is the one in which it's just some dude smiling at you. That's all it is. Yeah. I think this guy's dead or something. Whatever.